Mummy Pig at work?
Mummy Pig is working on her computer. Daddy Pig is making soup for lunch.
Daddy, can we go and watch Mummy on her computer?
Yes, as long as you don't disturb her. She has a lot of important work to do today.
Thank you, Daddy.
Mummy Pig has a lot of important work to do.
Mummy, can George and I sit on your lap and watch you work?
Yes, if you both sit quietly.
Peppa and George love to watch Mummy work on the computer.
Mummy, can we play that computer game, Happy Mrs. Chicken?
We can play Happy Mrs. Chicken later, but now I have to work.
Mummy, can we help you work?
No, Peppa, you mustn't touch the computer. And George, you mustn't touch the computer either.
Yes, George. You mustn't do this.
Peppa, stop!
Sorry, Mummy. I was just showing George what not to do.
Oh dear, the computer is not meant to do that.
Daddy Pig! Daddy Pig!
What is it, Mummy Pig?
Daddy Pig, can you mend the computer? I'll finish the lunch while you mend the computer.
Right you are, Mummy Pig, but I'm not very good with these things.
Oh, thank you, Daddy Pig.
Daddy Pig is going to mend the computer.
Maybe if I just switch it off and then switch it on again.
Daddy Pig has mended the computer.
Hooray, Daddy!
Yes, I am a bit of an expert at these things.
Daddy, can we play that computer game, Happy Mrs. Chicken?
Maybe you should ask Mummy Pig.
Mummy said that we can play it later.
Well, that's okay then. But I don't know where the disc is.
Yippee! Now it's my turn.
Now it's my turn.
What on earth is going on? Well, I see the computer is working again.
The playgroup.
Peppa and George are going to the playgroup. It is George's first day.
George, are you looking forward to the playgroup?
Daddy, maybe George is too small to go to my playgroup.
He'll be fine, Peppa. There'll be you and Mr. Dinosaur there to keep him company.
Grrr, dinosaur. But I want to play with the big children, not George and his toy dinosaur.
Oh dear. Peppa doesn't want George to go to her playgroup.
We're here.
Daddy, are you sure George is big enough?
He'll be fine.
All right. He can come.
Bye-bye.
Madame Gazelle looks after the children at the playgroup.
Hello. This is my little brother, George.
Hello, George.
No. I wish I had a little brother like George. Really? Hello, I'm Danny Dog. Is that a dinosaur? It's just a toy dinosaur. Grrr. Dinosaur. Brilliant. Dinosaur. Grrr. Ah! Dinosaur. Grrr.
Ah, really scary.
That's brilliant. George is my brother. He's brilliant.
Peppa is proud of her little brother, George.
Shall we show George how we paint pictures?
George is not very good at painting.
Well, maybe you could help him.
Yes, I'm very good. I will show him how to paint a flower. George, today I'm going to teach you how to paint a flower. First, you paint a big circle. No, George, that's the wrong colour. Now you paint the flower's petals. George, that's the wrong shape. Now you paint the stalk and the leaves. Perfect. George, you have done it all wrong.
Now, what do we have here?
I've painted a flower.
That's very good, Peppa. And George has painted a dinosaur.
Grrr. Dinosaur. Brilliant.
I think George and Peppa's pictures should go on the wall.
Hooray!
Peppa, you must be very proud of your little brother.
Yes, I am.
It is home time, and the children's parents are here to pick them up.
Can George come next time?
Yes, and he can paint us another lovely picture. And what will you paint next time, George?
Dinosaur. Grrr.
Oh, another dinosaur picture? Well, maybe you can show us all how to paint a dinosaur.
Brilliant. Yes, brilliant. Brilliant. The dinosaur is lost.
George's favourite toy is Mr. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
George loves Mr. Dinosaur.
Grrr.
Sometimes George likes to scare Peppa with Mr. Dinosaur.
Grrr. Too scary.
At supper time, Mr. Dinosaur sits next to George.
I beg your pardon? Was that you, George? Or was it Mr. Dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
At bath time, George shares his bath with Mr. Dinosaur.
Good night, Peppa.
Good night, Mummy.
Good night, George. And good night, Mr. Dinosaur.
Grrr.
When George goes to bed, Mr. Dinosaur is tucked up with him. George's favourite game is throwing Mr. Dinosaur up in the air
Whee!
and catching him when he falls back down.
Whee! Whee!
Peppa and Daddy Pig are playing drafts.
I win, Daddy!
Oh, well done, Peppa. George?
George, what's the matter?
I'm sore.
George, have you lost Mr. Dinosaur?
George has lost Mr. Dinosaur.
Don't worry, George. We'll find Mr. Dinosaur.
It's a job for a detective.
Daddy, what is a detective?
A detective is a very important person who is good at finding things.
Me! I'm good at finding things.
All right, Peppa is the detective.
George, I'm the detective. I will help you find Mr. Dinosaur.
Maybe the detective should ask George some simple questions.
George, where's Mr. Dinosaur?
George does not know where Mr. Dinosaur is.
The detective could try and guess where Mr. Dinosaur might be.
I know where he is. George always has Mr. Dinosaur with him in the bath. So Mr. Dinosaur is in the bath.
Mr. Dinosaur is not in the bath.
Oh. I know where Mr. Dinosaur is. George always has Mr. Dinosaur in his bed at night. See, that's where he is.
Mr. Dinosaur is not in George's bed.
Oh.
Maybe we should try the garden.
Yes, the garden! I was going to say that. Where is Mr. Dinosaur?
Mr. Dinosaur is very hard to find.
Oh, Mr. Dinosaur isn't anywhere.
George, you do love to throw Mr. Dinosaur in the air. I wonder if this time you threw Mr. Dinosaur just a bit too high.
There he is! There he is! I saw him first!
Well done, Peppa. You really are a very good detective.
I'm sore.
George is so happy to have Mr. Dinosaur back again.
Whee!
Maybe it isn't a good idea to play with dinosaurs near trees.
Dinosaur. I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. Muddy puddles.
It is raining today, so Peppa and George cannot play outside.
Daddy, it stopped raining. Can we go out to play?
Ha ha! All right. Run along, you two.
Peppa loves jumping in muddy puddles.
I love muddy puddles.
Peppa, if you jump in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots.
Sorry, Mummy.
George likes to jump in muddy puddles too.
George, if you jump in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots.
Peppa likes to look after her little brother George.
George, let's find some more puddles.
Peppa and George are having a lot of fun. Peppa has found a little puddle. George has found a big puddle.
Look, George. There's a really big puddle.
George wants to jump into the big puddle first.
Stop, George. I must check if it's safe for you. Good. It is safe for you. Sorry, George. It's only mud.
Peppa and George love jumping in muddy puddles.
Come on, George. Let's go and show Daddy.
Goodness me.
Daddy! Guess what we've been doing?
Let me think. Have you been watching television?
No, Daddy.
Have you just had a bath?
No.
I know. You've been jumping in muddy puddles.
Yes, Daddy. We've been jumping in muddy puddles.
Ho, ho. And look at the mess you're in.
Ooh.
Oh, well, it's only mud. Let's clean up quickly before Mummy sees the mess.
Daddy, when we've cleaned up, will you and Mummy come and play too?
Yes, we can all play in the garden.
Peppa and George are wearing their boots. Mummy and Daddy are wearing their boots. Peppa loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles. Everyone loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles.
Oh, Daddy Pig, look at the mess you're in.
It's only mud. Hello, I'm Danny Dog. Is that a dinosaur? It's just a toy dinosaur. Grrr, dinosaur.